Yeah, guys. So let's get started with arrays now. Okay. So now the topic is arrays. So what is an array? Array is a collection of similar data typed elements. Similar data typed elements. Or we can also say array is a collection of same type of variables. Okay, same type of variables. So when you store an array, all the elements of array will be stored in adjacent locations. Okay, all the elements of array will be stored in adjacent locations. Okay, yeah, maybe CENT. Check it out the spelling. So adjacent locations means side by side one, side by side. Okay, in a sequence, all will be stored. And array is also known as sequence of bytes. Like you can call like anything. You can remember any definition. So array is a collection of sequence of bytes or collection of same type of variables, collection of similar data typed elements. Okay, so like that we can say. So what it means, same type of values like integer values I want to store 10, or I want to store double type values. Okay, or you want to store group of strings to be there. So these are all called as what? Arrays. So same type of elements if you are storing in one location or one container, that container is called as array. Okay, and every array has an index which starts from 0 and ends at n minus 1. For example, if array size is 10, then the index would be from 0 to 9. Okay, because 0 is the starting index and n minus 1, what is the size here? 10. So 10 minus 1 means 9. So 0 to 9 means how many elements we can store? Means
10
we can
elements.
store, yeah, 10 elements. So that is the point we need to remember. So if I declare an array, like how to declare an array, we have syntax in Java. Syntax. So first we have to specify the data type. Data type can be integer, string, double. Okay, whatever type of elements you want to store, you can go for it. And then array name, and then dimension, it should be here. Dimension means like rank specifier, or we can call it as dimension specifier. Okay, this is a bit rank specifier. This depends upon the type of array we are going with. Okay, by basically arrays, right now what we are talking about is called as one dimensional arrays or single dimensional arrays. Okay, in upcoming mm, examples we will see two dimensional arrays, three dimensional arrays, like that. Okay, so new is a keyword we have to use. Again, data type, and then size of the array. Size of array means how many elements you want to store. Example, let us take integer type array. Array name is arr, square brackets, because the syntax we have to follow. At least if you are defining array, it must be at least one dimensional array. That is why I have to use single square brackets. So if you keep two square brackets like this would be two dimensional array. Okay, let us go with the one dimensional array now. New data type, again integer, and then size, maybe 5 or 10 or something. Okay, yeah. So this is called as the way to declare or define an array. So once you say this, what's happening, guys? We are defining integer type of array. The array name is arr. Why we kept square brackets means since it is a one dimensional array. Okay. So if it is one dimensional array means what? We have only one row in which we have five cells. Okay, or five columns we can say, but better to say cells. In one row, so one square brackets means one row, we have how many cells? Five cells. and is equal to new is the syntax we have to follow. New means we are allocating memory of what type of elements? Integer type of elements. For how many elements you want to store? 5 elements. That is why I said 5. No boss, I don't know how many I want to store. I don't know how many I'm going to store. Means better to go for without any size. If you make it empty, you can add as many as elements you want. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I will show you anyhow without giving size how to do that and all initialization of array. So that we'll discuss in the first example. And this is integer type array. So I can store only integer values. So what is this array? In this array, we can store how many elements? 5 int type elements, integer elements, only integer elements. Let us take another array, double array. Can you tell me guys double array how to define? Suppose I want to store averages of 10 students. So I said double avg square brackets is as it is. New is also compulsory. Now tell me guys what should I write? Hello.
Double of
Double square brackets 10
brackets.
students averages I want to store. That's why I said size 10. So in this array we can store how many? 10 double type elements. Okay, double elements. Double type means numbers with the decimal points. Okay, same way string also, if you want to store, you can say string also. String, like I want to store some city name, cities is equal to new string is a class name, right? So s should be capital letter. You can give size like 5 or something. So we can store 5 string names, string values. Okay, group of characters means 5 city names you can store. So that way arrays are used to store similar type of elements in one location. Okay. Yeah. So let's get started guys, how to define an array in Java. Let's switch to Eclipse. So last example was 38. Let's go to file, close all editors. Let's create a new project, new Java project. Next, I said Winsoft 39. Say finish. Right click on the project, new class, and the package name is com.prakash, and name is app, class name is app, and main method is ready. So what are we doing guys? So initialization of array I'm going to do now. Initialization of array means initially I'm adding array with the some elements, some values. Okay. So how to do this? Initialization of array. So in order to initialize an array, we have to follow the syntax integer arr is equal to, I mean square brackets equals to, so new integer of, I'm not giving size here, rather I'm initializing, right? So I can give curly braces and give whatever, how many values you want, you can give it 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, 5 elements I want to store. This is the way to define an array. If you want to initialize an array, don't mention any size here. So it should be like a dynamic, because when you are not mentioning any size here, you can add as many as values you want. Like I added 5 here, so automatically the size of the array would be 5, though you are not mentioning. Okay. Yeah. So now see guys, what is the index of 10? So the index of 10 is 0 here. Okay. Let's try to understand in a pictorial representation. When you define an array like a 5 size, what happens? So let us take an array. What is this? It's an array in which we have 5 size array it is. So we have 5 cells which are starting from 0 to 4. 0 to 4 means 5 elements we have. So array in memory. Memory, how array would be defined. Yeah. So whenever you say like what I said, integer arr is equal to new integer of 5, or without any size also, if you initialize it will be like this, or I said empty, and I have given 10, 20, 30, 40 like this, 40 and 50. So when I do so, what happens? It is absolutely same as 5, integer of 5, because we have 5 elements, it will take it like that. And here the first index will be 0, and second index will be 1, third index will be 2, fourth index will be 3, and the last one is 4. Guys, are you understanding? So this is the index which is given by Java, and the values are given by developer. We have entered, or user may enter, like the first value is 10 and second value is 20. Of course, there is no rule that you have to pass them in a ascending order or sequence. You can give any values, random. You can give first 99, then 33, then 66. Like that, you can give any values. There is no rule that you have to pass them in ascending order like this. Okay, just change the color of it. Okay, yeah. So this is said to be, so the elements what I stored are 10 to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But the element 10 is stored in the index of 0. And this is said to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now I want to print 10. So in order to print 10, so you have to say system.out.println. So this is, if you want to print this, you have to write something like arr of 0. Okay, guys, are you understanding? If I want to print this, what should I write? 20 I want to
Array
print.
of
F1, sir.
Arr of 1, very good. And I want to print the last one, this one,
Array
like
4.
50. So many people by mistake they might say arr of 5 for the last element, which will throw, you know, uh, array index out of bounds exception. Okay, so if you say 5, it's an exception, guys. You have to say arr of 4, because the index ends at last index would be n minus 1, array size minus 1, or array length minus 1. So the size or length of the array is 5, so 5 minus 1 is 4. So if we give arr of 4, there is no issue, but if you say by mistake arr of 5, it will show you an exception, which is said to be array index out of bounds exception. Okay, yeah. So that we will see in exception handling, how to handle that and all. But right now you have to remember this concept called arrays. Means we are storing elements in a sequence. Okay, so all the elements of array will be associated with the respective index. Index always starts from 0 and ends at n minus 1. In this case it is size is 5 here, so 5 minus 1, 4 is the last index. Okay, so this point you need to remember, guys. Yeah, so I'll share you this image later after the session. So let's get started, guys. I want to print all of them now. How to print? Okay, let's switch to our Eclipse, and we'll try to print it. So how to print the elements? If you want to print 10 sysout, you have to say arr of 0. That is fine. Let's run it and see. You can see the output in the bottom. 10 is printed. I want to print 1. Come on, guys, tell me. I mean 20. So I want to print 50.
Array 4.
Hmm. Arr of 4. That is fine. Okay. Uh, but it's, if you have 5 elements, it's okay. You can write a 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. No, sir, I have 50 elements, so I can't paste it for 50 times and 0, 1, 2, 49. I cannot write, right? So for that, you can make use of loops. So what are we doing here? Just we are keeping a for loop for integer I is equal to 0, because index starts from 0. I less than 5. Why I'm saying I less than 5? Because index will be stopped at 4 only. That is why I said I less than 5. So some people will say I less than or equal to 4. That is also correct. Because index is end at 0 to 4 only. At 4 it will be stopped. That is why you can say I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 4 is also fine. Or you can say I less than 5 is also fine. I plus plus. So here what I am saying, instead of AR of 0, I said AR of I. That's it. Of course, you can give curly braces or optional because only one statement is there. So this will print 5 elements. Let's give a statement, I mean output statement here. Array elements are, okay, just a message I gave. And let's run it and see guys. You will see all the elements in the output. See, array elements are 10 to 50. All are printed. Okay. So what we have done, we have taken a simple array in which I initialized 5 elements, and then I'm printing all of them with a simple for loop. Okay, so this is the way to work with the arrays. Is it clear, guys? So the program is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now I want to add two more elements to array, like 60, 70. Same program I'm adding with the two more elements. Just copy this code, create a new project, 40, right? New project, Java project, Insoft 40. So I am creating a new project again means I want to do some changes. Here I am going to talk about a problem and a solution. So count.prakash I said is the package name, and app is my class name. I forgot to check on main method. I said finish. I don't have main method. So I want to get main method. What to do? Just main, type main control space, and you will get a main method option here. Press enter. You will get it. Okay, shortcut. So let's paste the code. So this time what I'm going to do, we are talking about, see, I want to add two more elements. I said 60, 70. Of course you can give any values guys. There is no rule that after 50 you have to give 60, 70 only. You can give 2 comma 3 something like that. There is no issue. See guys, if I run this program, what is the output now? You will get only 5 elements, but I need two more elements, right? I have two more elements in my array 60, 70. Why it is not coming? Can anyone tell me guys what is the solution?
మన
I
ఫర్ లూప్
less
అనేది
than.
ఫైవ్ వరకే ఇచ్చాం కదా సార్. ఐ
So we
ఈక్వల్
have to
ఫైవ్.
say I less than,
6.
5.
I less than 7.
7
I less than 7.
I
6 means, let us give 6. See what
0 టు
if,
గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఐ లెస్ దాన్
ah,
ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు పెడితే వస్తుంది సార్.
see now 60 only coming, 70 is not coming. So you have to say I less than 7. Now you see guys, you got, oh sorry, we have to save it. Control S. See guys, sometimes it will show you star on the top. If any changes are not saved, it will show you star here. Suppose I did some changes like 8. See what it is showing on the top? Star app. Star means it is not saved. It's not a change. Changes are not saved. So make it as a, what you call, control S. See, I pressed control S. Save. See, the star is gone. That's why the changes are not reflected. Now you will get 10 to 70. Guys, are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
sir.
So again, I added two more elements like 80, 90. Then what should I do?
It changes the I value, sir.
Yeah, we have to change I value as 9 again because two elements, 7 plus 2 means 9. So again I should say I less than 9. So how many times I will change here? This is not a good way of writing code. So what to do? So whether the user is adding many elements, my program should be dynamic. It should automatically go up to the last, last element from the 0 to last element. So what to do? For that, you can use something called array.length. Length. Okay. So how to write it? So instead of 7, if you say arr.length, okay, so it will automatically find the length of the arrays. Length means size of the array. So you have 7. So if I say equal to 0, I less than arr.length, it will go up to 7. Yeah, less than arr.length, less than 7. Length means size of the array. How many elements are there? 7 elements. So length is 7. So I said I less than length, right? It will go up to less than 7, means up to 6, 0 to 6. There is no issue. Now run it. You will get perfect all the elements 0 to, I mean 10 to 70. No, sir, I added two more elements, sir, after this, code means, like I added 80, comma 90. Now I need not change the code. Same code is there. See, guys, star is there. Save it. Control S. The star is gone on the top. Then you run it. The changes will be reflected. Now you see all the elements are printed. Array elements are 10 to 90. Guys, are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
So the arr.length, the array name, whatever array name is there, arr means arr.length. Suppose if I say x here, x.length. So array name dot length will give you the size of the array. Okay, it is used to know the length. Length means size of the array. Okay, so this is said to be dynamic way of writing code because I'm moving from the first zeroth element to up to the length minus one, because I said I less than length arr.length. Okay, this is the best way to write the code, guys. Is there any other way? Means yes. There is something called for each loop in Java, which is also called as enhanced for loop or integrated for loop. Okay. So I told you how many loops we have in Java: while, do while, for, and for each loop. It is also called as enhanced for loop or integrated for loop. Integrated for loop. You can call like anything, but that is same thing. So actually, we don't have what you call for each keyword in Java. For loop only, but is used as for each loop. So how to use this? We are going to see now. For each loop demo. So it's more easier, guys. Compare with the arr.length, it's more easier. You can use arr.length or you can use for each also. How to use this? Let us see this. So to implement this enhanced for loop or integrated for loop in Java, you have to know the syntax first, how to use it. In order to use this for enhanced for loop, for data type we have to give. What is the type of the array that you are working with? Integer, double, whatever you give it. Then variable name, x or y or whatever, then colon, then array or collection name, guys. So this loop will be used only with arrays and collections. Other than this we cannot use what you call enhanced for loop or integrated for loop. Okay, or for each loop you can say like this. Generally what we do is we say system.out.println. Any other statement you can write, but generally we say system.out.println of variable name, whatever you have mentioned here. So that we will be giving in the system.out.println statement, which prints the value. Okay, so what is meant by this? Let's try to understand. Example, I have an array called arr in which I have 5 elements. Then how to print it? With the help of for each loop or enhanced for loop. For my array name is arr, right? What is the type of the array? Integer. Type integer. Variable name x or whatever. Variable name can be anything. Colon is the syntax. Whatever is there in the syntax, I have to follow. And then array name or collection name. What is my array name here? Arr. Just give it as arr. Now, just in the curly braces, print x value. That's it. Your job is done. System.out.println x. That's it. What is happening in this for each loop? Let's try to understand. So when you say for integer x colon arr, what is the meaning of it? In my array, I defined my array like this. Integer arr is equal to new integer of, I said some elements like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, this is my array actually. So when I say this loop, what happens is first it will read the element from array, like when a first iteration is executed for integer x. So what is meant by this? For each and every integer x from arr, I want to print. So each and every, for each and every integer type element. So first time 10 will come and store in x, that I am printing. So in the second iteration 20 will come and store in x, that I am printing. Third iteration 30 will come and store in X, I am printing. 40 will come and store, 50 will come and store. Like that, how many are there? All elements will come into X one by one. This is the advantage of for each loop or enhanced for loop. So what is the advantage in this loop? Number one, we are not mentioning any size here. There is no length, arr.length also I did not mention, but still I am able to iterate from the first element to the last element. That is the advantage of for each loop or enhanced for loop. Okay, yeah. So let's get started, guys. Let us see the same thing now. Let's switch to our program. I think I copied this in our notes. Array.length is already done now. Yeah. So let's see the for each loop now. How to do this? Create a new project. Let's copy this. And in the new project, I'm going to modify the code. Okay. Java project. Soft 41. Finish. And let's add a new class. com.prakash I said. And app.java main with. Okay. Yeah. So let's paste the code, guys. What is this demo? For each demo. Or you can say enhanced for loop demo. Enhanced for loop demo. So let's paste the code. Okay. So this time I don't want to use this for loop because it's lengthy in my opinion, because I'm writing I equals 0, I less than arr.length, I plus plus. Okay. So to make it short, what I'm doing is I'm using for each loop. So how to use it? For syntax, integer, data type is integer, a variable name x or anything, colon is the syntax I have to give, and array name or collection name. My array name is arr. Now what should I print? Just I need to print x here. That's it. So let's run it and see. You will get array elements are 10 to 90. No's are I want to print horizontally. Then make it as print here. X plus comma I want to concatenate with. Now you will see all the elements of array in a horizontal manner. So that's the way to work with. See, let me delete some elements here. Like I want to delete 3 elements from here. Control S, save it. Now run it. So I am not changing the code at all. The same code is used like arr.length. But arr.length, I mentioned, I wrote it code, but here I'm not mentioning size, but still I'm able to iterate from the first element to the last element with the help of for each loop or enhanced for loop. Is it clear, guys? So it's very easy to write compared with the for loop. That is why most of the developers uses for each loop when they are iterating over an array or a collection. Okay, collections we'll discuss later. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to write a program. Task number 1 to print array elements from last index to first index. First index. For example, if I give my array like 10 to 60, then the output should be 60 first, 50, then 40, then 30, like 10 I need to print. Okay. Are you understanding, guys?
Yes, sir.
And you need to print the sum of the array also, task number 2. To print the sum of array elements. Sum of array elements, like integer elements, like a 10 to 60 I gave. You need to add 10 plus 20 plus 30 plus 40 plus 60, whatever amount is coming, some value that you need to print. Okay. And average also try to print average. If sum is coming, average also easy, right? So you need to try these 3. Let's take double type array. Average of double type elements. Average of double type elements. So take double array, and for this is integer array only. Int type elements, double type elements. Okay. Average of array elements, double type. So take double type here. String array I'll tell you. Okay, is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So please try to